When it comes to payday, it's hard to know what to do with your money. You get paid, feel good for about 24 hours, then you start remembering all the bills you need to pay and suddenly you feel broke again. 64% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, not because they don't make enough money, but because they don't have a system. I'm a 26-year-old who went from living paycheck to paycheck working retail to finally doing good financially. And in this video, I'm walking you through the exact 8-step system I followed that I believe could help you too. Most people avoid looking at their finances because they're scared of what they'll find. There's actually a psychology term for this, the Ostrich Effect. It's when people avoid information that makes them uncomfortable. But here's the truth, you can't fix what you don't measure. So, grab a spreadsheet or even a piece of paper and write down every single expense you have each month. Housing, rent or mortgage, food, groceries, not eating out, transportation, car payment, insurance, gas or public transit, utilities, phone, internet, electricity, insurance, health, renters, etc. That's it, just the essentials, the stuff you literally need to survive. When I first did this exercise, I was shocked. I thought I needed $3,500 a month to live, but when I actually tracked just the essentials, it was $2,200. The other $1,300 was going to restaurants, streaming services, random Amazon purchases, and stuff I couldn't even remember buying. Your goal is to keep these essential expenses under 60% of your take-home pay. If you make $4,000 after taxes, your essentials should be under $2,400. If you're over that, you've got two choices: make more money or cut expenses. And honestly, cutting expenses is usually easier than you think. Do you really need the apartment with the gym you never use? The phone plan with unlimited everything? The car payment that's eating up 20% of your income? This number, your essential monthly expenses, becomes your financial baseline. Everything else we do builds on top of this. Before you do anything else with your money, you need a small emergency buffer. Not a full emergency fund yet, just 1 month of your essential expenses from step 1. So if your baseline is $2,400, you need $2,400 in a high-yield savings account that you can access immediately. Why only 1 month? Because mathematically, it makes more sense to tackle high-interest debt first, but psychologically, you need some cushion so you don't panic and make bad decisions when life happens. I learned this lesson the hard way. When I was 19, my car needed $800 in repairs. I didn't have any emergency fund, so I put it on a credit card. That $800 turned into $1,200 by the time I finally paid it off because I was only making minimum payments. Having even $1,000 sitting in savings completely changes how you handle unexpected expenses. You fix the problem and move on, instead of going into debt spiral. Put this money somewhere that earns interest, but that you can access in 24 hours. Don't invest it. Don't put it in CDs. This is your oh crap fund for when life gets messy. Here's where most financial advice gets it backwards. They tell you to save money while you're paying 19% interest on credit cards. That's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. If you have any debt with an interest rate above 7 to 8%, credit cards, payday loans, personal loans, paying it off is your investment strategy. Let me show you why with real numbers. You have $6,500 on a credit card at 19.5% interest. If you only pay the $130 minimum payment, it'll take you 8.7 years to pay off and cost you $7,000 in interest. You'll pay more in interest than the original balance. But what if you have $2,000 sitting in a savings account earning 5%? You'd make $100 in a year. Meanwhile, that credit card debt is costing you $1,267 in interest in the same year. You're losing $1,167 by keeping money in savings instead of paying off debt. So here's what you do. Use any extra money beyond your 1-month emergency fund to attack your debt aggressively. You've got two strategies: debt avalanche. Pay minimums on everything, then put every extra dollar toward the highest interest rate debt first. This saves you the most money mathematically. Debt snowball. Pay minimums on everything, then attack the smallest balance first. This gives you psychological wins faster. I use the avalanche method because I'm a numbers guy, but use whichever one you'll actually stick to. The best debt payoff strategy is the one you'll actually follow. Once your high-interest debt is gone, it's time to collect free money from your employer. If your job offers a 401k match, you need to contribute enough to get the full match. This is literally free money, often 50% to 100% return on your contribution instantly. Let's say you make $60,000 and your employer matches 4% of your contributions. If you contribute $2,400, 4% of your salary, they'll give you another $2,400 for free. That's a 100% return before the money even gets invested. There's no investment in the world that guarantees 100% returns, so max out your employer match before you do anything else with your money. Plus, 401k contributions reduce your taxable income. If you make $60,000 and contribute $2,400, you only pay taxes on $57,600. Depending on your tax bracket, that could save you $300 to $600 in taxes. But here's the key. Only contribute enough to get the full match at this step. Don't go overboard yet. We've got other priorities first. Now it's time to build a proper emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses from step 1. If your monthly essentials are $2,500, you need $7,500 to $15,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account. I know that sounds like a lot, but think about what this money actually buys you. Freedom. Freedom to leave a toxic job. Freedom to take risks. Freedom to sleep at night without worrying about what happens if your car breaks down or you get sick. When I was working in architecture, I hated my job, but felt trapped because I lived paycheck to paycheck. I couldn't leave because I needed that next paycheck to pay rent. Having an emergency fund changed everything. Suddenly, I had options. Most people never build this fund because they think 6 months of expenses is impossible. But break it down. If you need $15,000 total and you save $500 per month, you'll have it in 30 months. That's 2.5 years to never worry about money emergencies again. $500 per month is about $17 per day. That's literally 1 lunch out or 2 coffee drinks. You can find $17 per day if you're serious about financial freedom. Here's where I differ from most financial advice. Before you start investing in stocks, invest in yourself. The fastest way to build wealth isn't getting 7% returns in the stock market. It's increasing your income by 20%, 50%, or 100%. I learned this when I dedicated time to learning more about architecture and design. Instead of putting every extra dollar in index funds, I invested in courses and skills that helped me start doing freelance architecture jobs that I couldn't have ever done working in a company. That investment paid off way more than any stock ever could. You don't need to start a business, but you should invest in skills that make you more valuable. Certifications in your field, online courses that teach in-demand skills, networking events in your industry, books and resources that expand your knowledge. Your earning potential has no limit. Your investment returns are capped by market performance. Invest in yourself first. Once you've got steps 1 through 6 handled, it's time to start building wealth through investing. Start with tax-advantaged accounts. First, Roth IRA. You pay taxes on the money now, but everything grows tax-free forever. You can withdraw your contributions anytime without penalty, making it flexible for younger people. Traditional 401k. If you've maxed your employer match, consider contributing more to reduce your current tax bill. For most people, I recommend starting with a Roth IRA and investing in low-cost index funds. You can invest up to $7,000 per year as of 2024. Here's why this matters. If you invest $500 per month starting at age 25, by age 65, you'll have about $1.2 million, assuming 7% average returns. Wait until 35 to start, and you'll only have about $540,000. Starting early is more important than investing large amounts. Don't try to pick individual stocks or time the market. Just invest in broad market index funds consistently, every month, regardless of what the market is doing. I use dollar cost averaging, investing the same amount every month no matter what. When prices are high, I buy fewer shares. When prices are low, I buy more shares. Over time, this smooths out the volatility. The final step is the most important. Automate your entire system. Here's how I set it up. Paycheck hits checking account. Automatic transfers split money into 60% to spending account, covers baseline expenses, fund money. 40% to savings account. From savings, automatic transfers flow to whatever step you're on. Emergency fund, until complete. Debt payments, until gone. Investment accounts, ongoing. I check my finances maybe twice per month now because everything runs automatically. No decisions, no willpower required, no chance to spend money I should be saving. The key is to automate based on percentages, not fixed amounts. When your income goes up, your savings automatically increase too. Look, most people fail with money because they try to rely on willpower and motivation. But willpower runs out. Systems don't. The wealthy don't make better day-to-day decisions. They build better systems that make good decisions automatic. This 8-step system isn't sexy. It's not going to make you rich overnight, but it will steadily, reliably build wealth while everyone else stays broke, wondering where their money went. I went from making $12 per hour in retail to building multiple income streams using this exact system. Not because I'm special, but because I stuck to the system even when it was boring. Your future self is depending on the decisions you make today. Don't let them down. Start with step 1 this week. Calculate your financial baseline. Then work through the steps one by one. And if this system helped you see money differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest financial advice that actually works. I'll see you in the next one.